Good evening. Annie D back again, well, on the purple sofa, and I am welcoming all of you, wherever you are around the world, to the purple sofa. As you can see, it really is purple. There you go, right? Because I am back from Allahabad, and so the peach is gone, the purple has come in, and of course, Annie D is getting real on season 2. And who am I getting real with today? Because I just love conversing, don't I? Because that's the type of person I am. It is actress and influencer Nidhi Uttam. Now, she has been in many TV serials. She's also been, you know, in a Bollywood movie as well. We're talking Kasauti Zindagi Ki, the old one. We're talking Ek Bund Ishq. We're talking Doli Saja Ke. We're talking Ek Tha Raja, Ek Tha Rani. And she's also been in that, you know, that big movie Thappad with Tapsi, you know, what can I say? So she's going to say it all for you. So I'm hoping she's on today. So I'm hoping you're on here so you can ask your questions as well and get to know what she's really like as well. Mohammed, good to know. Hi to you too. I know you sent me a request. You know, you never know. I know I said I like talking, but I can only talk to one person at a time. Harsha, good to know that you're in as well. And I've got somebody with a load of numbers. If there was a name, I'd say it to you, but I think you know who you are. So hi to you. Irfan, good to know that you're in. Vinny, nice to know that you're in. Now, this is the time that I get to say hello to everyone before I bring my guest on. So, well, I think, let's see where she's at. Let's try. Let me see where she... You know what? My fingers always shake. And I don't know why this isn't moving. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so oh look, Morad, good to know that you're in too. Kanate, good to know that you're in. Well, we're still waiting for Nidhi right now. Maybe she's getting her face on, who knows. But the point is, she wants to look her best for you. And it is not me, it is you. And that's who you've come to listen to. Although I do talk a bit much, this is true. But you know how I am. I've got too much to say, and that's why I have a guest, because it means it breaks up my conversation too. So let's have a check again. Nidhi, where are you? Honestly, seriously, it is 1802 actually, to be precise. Nidhi, there you are. Fantastic stuff. They're all waiting for you, Nidhi, not for me. Let's see if she's on. Let's see what our connection is like today. Hopefully the lights will stay and, you know, everything just goes as planned. Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm good, Annie. How are you?
Absolutely
Am I
fine.
audible to you?
Welcome. I'm absolutely good. Oh my God, welcome to the purple sofa.
Thank you.
This is my
Thank you
purple
so
sofa.
much.
No, absolute pleasure to have you on. And also, happy belated Ganesh Chaturthi. Have I said this right? Chaturthi.
Thank you. Same to you.
Oh,
Happy
thank you.
Ganesh Chaturthi to you too.
You know what? I'm just going to ask you, how did it go? Was it big? Was it lavish? Or was it a small one at home? Celebration. Oh, look, where are we? Connection. You know what? Good thing is when you freeze in a really good position, that is fantastic. The worst is when you look awful. And usually when I freeze, it is a really awful profile. But Nidhi, what's your connection like? You're a bit, let's see. Right, if you can see me, it means you've actually stuck. You're frozen. You cannot. I must have say hello to all of you. All right, I think Nidhi's she's going to have to come back on. Hang on a second. Right, let's see if we can get you back on, Nidhi. Right, because I know that your connection just went. And it is difficult at a time like this because it is peak time. Manoj, hi, good to know that you're into. Oh, Nidhi, you're back again, thank God.
Yeah, sorry, there was some network issue, I think so.
Yeah, and lovely effects. I'm liking this.
No, I just switched off the filters. There were so many.
So where are you right now? Because you were traveling when we spoke earlier. You've been on the run, haven't you?
Currently, I'm in Lucknow, and
Oh,
there Saturdays and Sundays are lockdowns here, so we couldn't have any big celebration. It's
yeah.
just we did puja at home, and
Mm,
that's it. Like in Mumbai, it's even more lavish and grand,
yes.
Ganpati
Yeah.
puja and everything. But currently, this year I missed my Mumbai celebrations because it is generally a very, very grand time of the
It
year.
is.
and we
But I
visit
hope,
different places. Like all our friends invite us for Ganpati. So
yeah,
it's a beautiful feeling altogether. And
yeah,
I
I want
believe
to go to Mumbai.
nowadays, yeah, okay,
I'd love
nice.
to go to Mumbai to celebrate. You're absolutely right. It is really lavish there, I must say.
Yeah,
But this time, I want to see eco-friendly murtis. In fact, I think
yeah.
I was
In
seeing.
fact, yeah, in fact, this year people have also made lots of chocolate Ganpatis, and they are doing the
Yes.
Visarjan in milk and making a chocolate milkshake and distributing it as prasad.
That was my fault. That was my fault because I forgot to get my AirPods on. So-
No worries, no worries.
oh God. All right, I can hear you now, and hopefully you can hear me instead of
Yeah, yeah,
it
I can
sounds
hear you totally. Yeah.
yeah
Sometimes it
fun.
happens, even I'm wearing earpods. You touch it by
Yeah,
mistake, so it gets disconnected. So you have to
yeah,
be careful.
exactly. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm rubbish with technology, as you can see. But now listen, big question: do I call you Nidhi or do I call you Nandini?
You call me Nidhi. That's my
Nidhi.
identity given by my parents. And Nandini is the identity given by the audience. And
Yeah,
my
but
Star Plus show, Ye Rishta Kya Kehlata Hai.
oh yeah, but come on, do you still respond to Nandini? I mean, does somebody still
Yeah,
call you Nandini though
because
when you're
actually
walking?
Nidhi and Nandini is quite close when you
Yeah.
are like they are quite rhyming. Maybe that's why people, like I've been hearing Nandini for last 11 years now. So I love the name Nandini for myself too. I
Okay, you need it for your
associate it.
middle name. So Nidhi Nandini, that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have a middle name. That's what we're gonna do.
Right,
And
right, right.
for our listeners, a bit of context. Now, Nandini was a sister of Naitik in the longest running series, Ye Rishta Kya Kehlata Hai. And let me tell you,
Correct.
Nidhi, I have been watching this and I was so disappointed that it got cut during the pandemic because I'm a true hard fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Oh,
So
that's so nice.
I was really disappointed because beach mein khatam ho gaya. And I was thinking, ab kya? I was and it's one of those shows that if you leave it for too long, a new family will come up.
Yeah,
And then,
and these shows are like family for the audience too. They are
yeah,
living their lives along with the show. Like
yeah,
they can relate a lot. Like if when the episode ends at a very suspense thing or something like that,
yeah,
so they keep thinking, the audience keep telling me next kya hoga, next kya hoga. So that thought process is still there with the audience, so I can really relate. But on the contrary, in the pandemic situation, the
yeah,
older episodes were retelecasted, and because of that, I really loved watching myself 10 years back. I was more like 10 years younger, and
yeah,
we used to look so more innocent that time, and our acting performances were very, very innocent. So
yeah.
it was a very happy, nostalgic feeling to watch our old episodes. Even the all our fans and followers of the show, they also loved watching our old episodes. So that was a good thing.
No, honestly, I loved it. But I always wondered though, is it normal to be dressed up all the time with the jewelry and the hair and the outfits? Is it normal?
It's not normal. It's not normal for us, definitely. But I would say most of the Rajasthani families still they dress up. In Ye
Oh,
Rishta Kya Kehlata, they don't overdress. They dress
yeah,
up only on occasions. Otherwise, they have every character has a specific look. So
yeah,
they dress up accordingly. But in Rajasthani families, if you actually go to the traditional Rajasthani families, they actually
yeah.
dress up every day. Like their borla and these outfit
Yeah,
is the jewelry. It's compulsory. So maybe this essence has been taken from Rajasthan. So that's why
right.
it is normal
Well,
for some people.
well, I tell you, it was good for me because I got some of my sari blouse styles from the TV series, so it was good for me. So very, very
Oh
informative.
yeah, I would love
Now,
to see
listen.
you in an Indian outfit.
Oh, sorry. You never know.
Sorry, yeah,
When
yeah.
when you ever come down to Gurgaon, so come down, pop in, and I will show you. I will show
Sure,
you
sure,
my
sure.
blouse collection. Now,
I have my
listen,
twin sister staying very close to Gurgaon. I have a
there's
twin
two of you.
sister.
There are two of you. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I did not know. So I could actually see you, but I could really see you, couldn't I, if I wanted to?
Actually, she just has a mole on her cheek. Otherwise, we are very identical. People actually call her Nandini and click pictures with her sometimes, and she gets very this thing, and she tells them that it's my sister, it's not me. But they say, no, you're
Yeah.
lying. You are the one. Like they don't really agree to it.
But has it
So
happened where you've been ill or you've had to go on holiday and she's had to step in one of your roles? Has it
it
ever
has
happened? Tell
actually
me.
it has happened. She had come to Mumbai, and I was called
Yeah.
for another show called CID. It's episodic,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it is like 3 days shoot or something like that. So they wanted somebody who's athletic and who loves sports. So the writer
Yeah.
is a friend, so he requested me a lot, please, can you come and do this? And I was very busy with Ye Rishta shoots. I was not
Yeah.
allowed. Like I was 30 days shooting. That time it was like my track running. So
Yeah.
I requested my sister and she was more than happy. I told the
Wow.
writer that she's my identical will she do and she's also an athlete. So he was like, किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा, it's fine. So my
अब पता
sister
चल गया है.
now like
You-
people actually couldn't find out. People asked me, you did CID recently, we saw the episode. It was like that. So for
yeah.
her also it was a good experience and I loved watching her because when somebody has never acted and that person comes in
Yeah.
front of the camera, that person looks very innocent, so it was
I
nice.
have to see that. I'm going to see if there is a difference. Now
Sure.
in Rishta Kya Kehlata Hai, you play a disabled character.
Yeah.
Now, what was that like?
When I was called for the look test for the show, I was asked to sit
Mm,
on a chair and audition. And generally, an actor is like we always give our audition standing. So the body
mm,
language obviously changes. You cannot move. You're sitting in a chair.
yeah.
So the casting director told me this girl is disabled for few months, and
Mm,
gradually after 3 to 4 months, we'll be showing the track that how she's
yeah.
improving, and with physiotherapy and stuff, we'll be showing, and you are improving.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, because I being an athlete, a martial artist, it was very ironical for me to select such kind of role and all.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, it was a very performance oriented role. So
Mm,
I definitely, whenever I'm looking forward for new roles, I try to find out something different. I don't just want to stand. I want to do performance oriented roles
yeah.
or which are a little out of the box. So
Yeah.
I thought, "Ki theek hai, it's for a few months. I'll do and then it'll be good." But once I started shooting, the audience started loving my character so much, and so much of love and a soft corner for Nandini was given by the audience. And gradually, I was told by the makers that the channel is loving your character the way it is, and we might give you like we might make you stand because in the beginning I was on a wheelchair. Then they gave me those crutches,
Yeah.
the two crutches.
That's right.
So it was actually tough. Like walking on crutches for a disabled person, I've actually experienced that for 4 to 5 years, and it was very
My
painful.
God.
The shoulders used to hurt.
Yeah,
So
I
it
can
was
imagine.
it was difficult, but I was physically very strong. That's why I could pull it off. Then
Yeah.
I actually requested the makers to remove the crutches couple of times, but the channel used to disagree. They used to say that
Mm,
is the main essence of the character. The audience are able to relate, and actually, whenever I used to go for any event, and those people who are actually disabled, they used to come up to me. They used to have tears in their eyes, and they used to say,
oh,
"You give us hope. You give us that hope that a disabled person can also have dreams. She can also
yeah.
fall in love. She can also have a normal life."
Oh,
So they used to relate so much. Then after some time, I used to feel and I used to thank my stars. I actually made some difference to few people
yeah.
because generally people are low in their esteem and everything. So
Yeah.
I thought it's a good thing. It used to be quite
Mm,
difficult, and I used to actually feel because the show is all about marriages and dance and music,
yeah.
and I used to get deprived because rest all the actors used to dance, and I used to
Yeah.
be sitting or standing in one corner or clapping. So that used to always hurt till the last day. I used to always feel,
Yeah.
but our choreographer were very sweet enough. They used to give me lines to sing along, or sometimes
Yeah.
sitting and standing steps. So I have
Yeah.
done all of it. Like it has been a beautiful journey.
Wow. So, I mean, did you learn a lot about what a disabled person goes through, a physically disabled person goes through,
Yeah,
just through your role?
my director told me you have to limp on one leg and you have to walk on crutches. So I actually used to walk on crutches. I used to climb the stairs on crutches, and I never used to cheat. Like
Yeah.
my one leg used to be in the air. So it was
God.
so natural that my parents, they stay in Kanpur. So the neighbors and other family members used to ask, did she meet with an accident? So,
Oh God.
so it was that natural.
Wow.
And
I mean,
even when I used to step out in like in a mall or somewhere in my
yeah.
normal days, no shoot days, people used to
Mm.
actually get like shocked and they used to ask me, "Oh my God, you're walking. Uh, आपके पैर ठीक हो गए. Your legs are fine now." So it used to be like a shock for them because it used to look very natural on screen.
Yeah, yeah, it did. It did to me, honestly. And I was really surprised, though, that it went on and on. But, do you think India supports the disabled community generally in real life? How much do you think India kind of supports or even creates a system where it's easy for disabled people? Because I don't see too many ramps anywhere. How do you think India is
Um,
progressing?
It is actually, I have seen couple of places, restaurants where there are specific, even in the malls, they have specially made ramps. And even I had recently seen in one of the dentists, like the place of the dentist, the
Mm,
clinic, there was a wheelchair in which a disabled person can sit, and it used to raise
mm.
like this, and
Ah,
you can actually slide in. So that was very nice. They had specially made. So I think so. It's going well. It's gradually in Mumbai. I've seen in lots of places,
yeah,
and I've also seen that these people are also given special reservations in form of jobs and
yeah,
occupation, and they are also given like a shop. They can have their specific shop and they can start their
yeah.
business. So,
That's
so
brilliant.
I don't have too much of it, knowledge of it, but yeah, these are the things which I've actually noticed.
I
But
mean, do
it's
you
very
notice it
painful. Their
more?
life is really painful
I can
because
imagine.
I've experienced it being so much touchwood able, but I
Yeah,
have actually seen it's very painful. Like you don't have a leg, but your shoulders hurt, and then they
yeah.
get used to that life. Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, it's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, Akshay Kapoor, very good. Hello to you. You wanted us to say your name, so we have now, just to get you in there, in the middle. Now, you've done many shows, right? So this is just one of the well, the longest running. And I have watched it. I came to India 10 years ago and I've stuck with it. And it's one of the very few. And you know what shocks me is because it's really long running, how many problems can one family have? There's forever a problem in one family. And you almost think, ab zindagi theek ho jaye. So sometimes I think, oh my God, I want things to be calmer. But it's one thing
Hmm.
after another because that is the flip side of having a long
Yeah, yeah.
running serial. But you've been in so many. I mean, so you've been in Dil Bole Oberoi, you've been I tell you, you've been in some, and Ek Tha Raja, Ek Tha Rani. But I have to say, the one that I also watched, which I thought was really interesting, was very different at the time. I think it was Ek Bundishk.
Yeah, one
And
of my favorites.
there was just something about it. Something about it. I think maybe all the good looking stars that
Yeah,
really had me hooked.
that show
um,
had a kind of suspense which used to
yeah,
glue audience a lot. And it was
yeah,
giving very good TRPs throughout. And the main antagonist actually was Kalavati, which
yes,
was uh, which was played by a very senior actor, Vishwajit ji. And we
yeah,
sometimes used to watch him and get scared because
yeah.
he's a very sweet person with a very lovely personality. But when he used to dress up as Kalavati and he used to come with long hair, he used to look
Hmm.
scary.
I mean, because he had
So
two roles, didn't he? He had two
yeah,
roles.
yeah, yeah. A
So he
normal man and
he
a
was a
eunuch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It was a eunuch or a trans. I wasn't
Mhm.
sure whether he was a cross dresser. But you know what? I
Yeah.
have to say, when I did watch that movie, and I really liked the ideas, and there's a lot of conflict in all the relationships. I'm not sure if it was the Thayaji or the father, I can't remember.
He was the Tayaji.
Conflict.
Yeah.
The Thayaji was always trying to kill off, the younger ones, and the brothers
Younger.
were also arguing as well. But what got me was that they used like a kind of a member from a particular community. So, because I've done shows, I've interviewed people from the LGBT community as well. My only concern was that at that time they related it, they gave it a very negative connotation. So being a eunuch, why did they make it negative? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, because
Actually, there
media
was a
has,
yeah, there was a, long throwback to the thing which happened with him when he was as a child. He was born as a eunuch, and the father used to ill-treat him. He was always like shown a back door. So
yeah,
that's why all the hatred actually grew as he grew. So with that
ah,
hatred, he became a negative person. He was not like that. It's always the
ah,
experiences which make a person bad. It's not the person is not
yeah,
born like that. So the father used to give the younger son more preference because he was a normal man
yeah,
more like the entire property was in the name of the younger brother, and the elder brother was deprived. So he started building that grudge for the younger one's family and the younger brother, and
yeah.
gradually that made him so much negative, and he had his own group of other eunuchs, and he used
Followers,
to
yeah,
always plan out something negative. So that was the
yeah,
background story of the entire thing, which the
yeah. But
entire family didn't know. It was revealed in the end.
yeah,
We all
no,
were
no, because
shot by them.
no, because I really disliked him. This is the power of media. Like, so you portray someone negatively, and that's the kind of judgment you make. And unfortunately,
Mhm.
you have the same judgment about the community itself. So I think, media does have a bit of a responsibility to send a message. The
Correct.
power that movies have is amazing. And it just changes your mind completely. So, I have to say, very well done. And I remember
Thank
watching
you.
this, and so I really enjoyed it. But I was hoping that they would. Shame that they showed that all in the end. It would have been nice to have shown that throughout the movie. So
Mhm.
so we kind of understood where he was coming from. That's all,
Correct.
because they didn't show it throughout the movie, so
Mhm.
you ended up disliking him all the time, and then you put that make that judgment about the
Mhm.
eunuchs around, and then you get scared. This is the problem.
Yeah,
So I
you get
wish,
scared, and there's a kind of mystery about that character. Every
yeah,
character was very positive, except his
mm.
character. And whenever he used to come, there used to be a very scary music also behind. So that was very catchy. Like, see, if audience are watching some show and there's a negative character and they start hating that character, that means that person
No.
is doing a marvelous job.
All
So
right,
that is
okay.
the victory for that artist actually, that he did such a great thing. Their objective was that the audience should hate him. And that
No.
hate it's like the victory for the artist.
So
It's like
basically,
that.
the
And
best roles,
similarly,
the best roles you're going to have are the negative roles. Is that what we're saying? The antagonistic roles. Is that the
yeah,
best
I have
role to
never
have?
got that opportunity to do that. In fact, I had got selected for a show. There was a show on Sony TV, Kajal, and I was
Yeah,
selected for a negative role, and I was given gray eye lenses and everything. And when I
yeah,
reached the set, the director told me, "You're looking like a kiddo." She cannot look negative. Like I have a very innocent face on
yes,
screen. So the director told me she cannot look that negative. We want somebody who has that vicious kind of look. So
yeah.
I couldn't do that. So till now I haven't done any negative
But
character.
is
All
that
has
what
been
you're looking
positive.
for, though? Is that what
I
you're
I
looking
wish
for?
to definitely see. I don't say no for any character, but I want to do something very performance oriented, which gets noticed and
Mm,
which people remember. Like the
yeah,
character which I played in Ek Tha Raja Ek Thi Rani was also very special, very close to my heart.
yeah,
I played a girl who is like 27, and but her brain is of a 5-year old, a 4 or a
yeah,
5-year old. So that was very well, like nobody gets to do such kind of roles. So I
mm,
used to enjoy it because the director used to tell me you have to be a child, childlike, just play. I used to
yeah.
actually play with dolls and playing with anything, and it was something like
Oh, I've lost your volume.
doing that role.
Uh, got you
Can,
back.
can you
I
hear me?
lost your volume. Yeah, I lost your volume for just a second, but you're back again.
Okay, okay.
No,
I just
well, you
said
must.
that it was something similar to Barfi, like the film Barfi of
Yeah.
Priyanka Chopra. The similar kind of character was created in Ek Tha Raja Ek Thi Rani, and I
Mm.
loved doing that. Like
Well,
I used
is
to
that?
cry like a baby. I used to eat like a baby. Everything like a baby. So it was so much fun. you never get chance to do such roles, so it was nice.
No, it must have been done really well. But do you think that was the role that Anuba Sinha saw in you? Because then, of course, your career has progressed up because then you got into Bollywood and you got the opportunity to work in Anuba Sinha's Thappad. So
Yeah,
that the lead in there was Tapsi, but you play the sister-in-law. Is it Kavita?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
correct.
Right. So how did that role come to you? I mean, did somebody approach you or did you
Yeah, the
pursue that role?
casting director approached me, and things were
Mm.
finalized very last minute because most of the cast was logged, and they were
Ah,
looking for Kavita's character. And
yeah,
the casting director, he contacted me, asked me to send a self test. It was that last minute that I never had to go to the production house, and I had
yeah.
to just like select, do the self test and send it. And once I
Mm.
had sent it, and it next day I got a call that you've got finalized. We'll have to fly to Lucknow, and Lucknow is
Mm.
like my hometown, so
Yeah.
I was even more happy, and I was very excited that I'm doing a film from a very big banner, and especially a very very good director. Like I've seen
Yeah.
all the films directed by Anubhav sir, and they are really amazing. So I thought if I'll be a small part of the film, also it will be a big achievement to begin with. I've done two films before, but they have yet not been released. So
Mm.
this was like a one of the like a debut you can say in the Bollywood for
Yes.
me. And
No,
watching myself on silver screen was actually
it
very
must have
good.
been. Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's brilliant stuff. So, do you think now going from TV and going to movies, is there a difference in the way that you would prepare for a TV series and how you would prepare for Bollywood? Is there a difference in the way you would act
Uh,
or anything?
frankly, there was not too much of preparation for my role because it was actually last minute.
Mm.
The scene and was in which I had to cry, and I am a pro in crying.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because in television we have so many scenes where you have to cry. So
Yes.
I did it in one take, and sir really appreciated also that ma'am आप बहुत अच्छा रोते हो. He said this
Oh, my.
that you cry well. So it was nice. And the only difference which I felt was television is much faster because
Mm.
there is a bank issue. You have to create a bank and you have to telecast the next day or next week.
Yeah.
And films are made with peace,
Yeah.
aram say, like one scene a day. So it was very easy. I found it
Yeah.
like at ease. And my
Yeah.
character was had not too much of performance and lines, so it
Yeah.
was easy for me. For performance roles,
Oh, your volume. I think your volume's cut. Your sound is cutting actually. So just a little bit. Do you want to say something? Can we get you
is it
back?
fine?
Ah, now it is. I think what it is when you sit back, I think the volume goes. Actually,
Okay,
I
okay.
I think one of your followers is saying, "Ab abhi bhi choti lagti ho." So
Thank you.
I do. But listen, I've always wanted to know though, how do you cry on call like that? How do you cry? How does
Uh,
somebody cry?
Whenever there's a situation, like there is a
Yeah,
situation and you have to feel sad about it, I just shut
yeah.
my eyes and I feel that I'm sad. And when you
Okay.
start feeling that, you have to feel that you're hurt, and you feel
Yeah,
that, and you start looking at this is a small trick for crying.
yeah,
If you want to cry, just spot one spot and just look at
yeah.
it without blinking your eyes, and you'll get tears. So
Oh,
I
oh,
tried
there
this.
you. So
I
if
try this,
everybody,
and
if it,
sometimes you actually use glycerine and stuff,
yeah,
but most of the times it's easy. Like
yeah.
if they just want moist eyes, so that can be created by just looking at one spot without blinking. Or if you stand
Okay.
in front of a fan also for some time now, you'll get tears. That's very normal. That's science.
I think it's amazing. It's always amazed me because, as you said, every movie or every TV serial, everyone cries like that every 5 seconds. You know, somebody's crying somewhere.
No, but if it's very, if you have to cry a lot, then you actually need glycerine because
Yeah.
sometimes you get exhausted. Crying is actually very exhausting because
Yeah.
you have to take all your energy and then cry. Otherwise, it will look
Yeah.
fake. So to
Yes.
make it more natural, you have to cry naturally. You have
Yeah.
to like sometimes use glycerin. It really hurts, but then it gives you endless tears till it's
Yeah.
required in the scene.
But I was talking to a casting director, a casting agent, sorry, not long before, and they said there's a lot of kind of friction between the TV stars and the actual Bollywood star. Is that true? You need to tell me. Do Bollywood stars appreciate, are they nice to TV stars when they come on to the silver screen? How do they treat you? Oh, my answer has just gone silent because I've lost you. No, I can
And
see you, but the
I
sound,
can
yeah. Now I
now
can
is
hear
it
you.
clear? I
Yeah,
don't know, even I could not hear fully, but I could
yeah,
understand that how television stars are treated by Bollywood actors. This was your
yeah,
question, right?
yeah.
So the day I reached, I was sitting with big stars like Dia Mirza ma'am,
Mm,
Tapsi, then Tanvi Azmi ma'am, then Ratna Pathak, all senior actors who have done
mm,
lots of films. Kumud Mishra sir. So when I went there, I actually felt I've gone to a nursery class and I'm new here. But Anubhav sir is a gem of a person. He treated
mm.
us equal, and he actually told, now my girl power is there, my woman power is
Oh,
here. And he actually said that we might use all the females of the film, their faces in the poster. So that
mm,
actually made me really happy that it was
mm.
going to be my first project and I might come in the poster. So I was very,
Yeah,
very happy. Although it didn't happen, they used something else,
yeah,
like they used Tapsi's face because that was the most
yeah,
important thing of the film.
yeah.
But it was actually, I didn't feel any kind of unfair behavior. In fact, I got really close to Tanvi ma'am, Ratna ma'am. We
Mm,
spoke a lot
yeah.
then in our free time. And the day of the premiere, one day before, I
Oh, I've lost you again. Oh, I've lost you. I've lost the sound. Oh, I've just lost the sound again. Do you wanna say that again? So I can.
yeah,
Do you want to say something? Yeah. I think maybe it's the your headphones. Is your head right? Oh, it's cutting. It's still cutting in the middle there.
I'll
So,
disconnect my
oh, that's
earphones.
perfect. Yeah, that's fine.
Is it better?
Yeah, I think you may need to kind of keep closer to the phone, possibly.
Yeah,
So,
I think
yeah.
so. Maybe the battery is low.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
Nidhi. No,
So
so
where was I? I told you about the premiere.
yeah,
A day before
yeah,
the premiere, I got a message from Dia Mirza ma'am saying that Nidhi, you are going to love yourself in the film. That was so overwhelming because I had butterflies in my stomach that it's how much part they are going to keep in the film. How am I
yeah,
going to look in the film? It's the first time, so you always get a little conscious. But when she messaged me, it was very heart touching. And even one of the uh, biggest, you would say, experience was meeting Saroj Khan, the choreographer
mm,
of
yeah,
the,
of
yeah.
course.
So I met her personally, and a few days back she passed away. So I was just thanking my stars. Good, good that I got a chance to meet her and to work with her. So it
Yeah.
was very nice.
I mean, the subject matter was amazing, wasn't it? It was against domestic violence, a wife that wouldn't accept her husband, the domestic, I guess, abuse, even
Correct.
if it was a slap or anything, which I think was a great message. What did you think of the subject matter? Was it interesting for you?
100%. And I believe in that the self-respect of any human, whether it's a male or a female, should be equivalent. It shouldn't be that a male has a male ego and his respect is more important. That is
Mm,
most of the cases it happens in India, that the
mm,
males are always dominant and they dominate over the females, and their self-respect is actually not considered as anything.
mm,
So this actually gave a very good message to the audience, and so many friends of mine, relatives of mine, they watched the film and they said that it's a very meaningful film, every individual should watch. One of my cousin actually called me and he told me after watching the film that I apologized to my wife, although I've never
wow.
hit, but I have always taken her for granted. She has been a housewife. She keeps doing running around and doing all my stuff. And I always used to think that I go to the office, I am the man earning the bread. But after watching this film, I realized her importance and I said sorry to her. So I just felt these small
Fantastic.
things thousands of people must have seen, and if it gives them a different thought to live their life in future
Yeah.
and respect their better half, so why not? It's a very meaningful film. And the film should, if a cinema actually motivates you or brings a small change in you, so
Yeah.
it's successful.
Right. So I'll tell you what. So after watching the movie, so there a couple of friends, and we had this kind of a Zoom call, and we talked about the movie Thappad. It was a really big conversation because some were saying, "Oh yeah, brilliant," because no man should hit anybody, wife or mother, sister, anybody. But then there was another school of thought that said it was only one slap. Why make a big deal? Because the character of Topsy, she was very quiet. She didn't say anything. So, do you not think that she could have at least had a conversation? So, somebody said, so some people were saying, well, I think it was a bit of an overreaction. And others were saying, well, actually, it sends a big message. So, where are you in this? Where do you come in that thought?
See, if the guy would have apologized then and there,
Yeah,
he didn't apologize till the end of the film. If you notice,
that's right.
he used
Yeah,
to his insecurities, his kind of treatment he was going through in the office, but he never ever considered of apologizing. In case if he would have said a sorry, she would have melted. But she
yeah,
was actually, because none of the family members from the boys' side, including me, we were
yeah,
not like, there was no scene like that. That none of them were actually worried about her. Nobody was
yeah.
bothered. So somewhere she felt that I have given my 100% to the family for years now, and 100% to my husband, to my mother-in-law, to everybody. And when I was slapped in front of such a big
Yeah.
crowd, and nobody even apologized, nobody even cared to ask me how you are. Next
Mm,
morning, see, the mother asks, uh, "Beta soya na? Did my son sleep well?" So
mm,
he was like, nobody's, I'm just like an animal in the house, nobody even is bothered. So I feel, so anybody, if I was in her position, I would have also reacted in that way. But later, sooner or later, that female, that pain inside deepens. So
yeah.
I feel so right, because
But
if
listen,
see, a small apology could have changed things,
yeah.
but that, yeah.
But in the modern world, women aren't quiet. So do you think that was a bit unrealistic, though? Just that part. Because if anything happens, we just say, why did you do this? Ye kyo kara, aise kyo kaha? So is that realistic, though, to show that she didn't say anything as a modern woman? Why
She
did
didn't say
she
it
didn't
in
say
the public.
anything?
Yeah, she didn't say anything in the public to respect the family. She
So
kept her mouth closed.
is
Later
that
on, she
realistic?
would have retaliated and slapped you back. She said, mentioned that once he had gone to bring her back from the house, from her mother's
Yeah,
house, said, he asked him, "Why don't you slap me back and finish it off?" So she said,
yeah.
"I wish I could have done that, but my parents have not given me such kind of sanskar. Like, I have not been trained like that by my parents." So it was
Yeah, but
actually a realistic situation, but generally in modern world, nobody keeps quiet. You
yeah,
tend to
no.
answer back. Yeah.
This is it. So my thing is, I didn't have to do it in public, but I would have gone maybe, in the evening when we were alone, had a discussion, but she didn't do it. She didn't
She
have
was
that
actually
conversation.
heartbroken. Yeah,
Yeah,
she never expected, she was madly in love with that man, and she never thought that this man can actually publicly slap me and break her self-esteem into pieces. So that's why she was waiting for him to come back to her and apologize, or like to reconcile on the entire
yeah.
matter, but he didn't do that. So
Mm,
she must be waiting for a couple. She was actually in a state of shock for a few weeks.
mm,
And took that step of stepping out.
mm. No, so for me, so it's like somebody was saying when we were having this discussion that it's like saying that people in jail, they don't rehabilitate, they can't get better. Because once you commit a crime, that means you don't deserve a second chance. So there was a lot of debate over this movie. And I think that's where it was, it had really big impact. I mean, in your own life, did it have an impact in your own personal life by any chance?
Uh, See, I knew the story from before, but I felt that even in the end of the film could have been a happy end where
Yeah,
he apologized in the end and she could have like joined hands back to with him. But we in the film they have left it in that note that he
hmm.
would try and win over her again.
Yeah,
But uh, see, they didn't give a final ending in the film
yeah,
because they left it for the audience to decide, to have that
yeah.
thought, and that's why so many discussions have happened. Because
Oh,
if they would have actually concluded it, people wouldn't have thought. If
hmm.
you show something in a movie or in a film, people start thinking in that direction. If you don't show any end, they start
Yeah.
thinking in various directions. This would
Good
have been right.
strategy.
Right. So that was actually a very smart strategy by the
Yeah,
producer and a very good thought that
yeah,
why not people think and decide. It's each to their own actually.
yeah.
Somebody would actually thought that it's one life, I should give chance to my husband and let's start our new life. I'll have a baby soon, so why not start our new life together? This could have also been a happy end to it.
Hmm. But no, so I think it was fantastic, and I was concerned when Anubhav Sinha said he was quitting Bollywood. And I said, no, no, don't quit. Don't
It
go
meant
anywhere.
it actually meant he was not quitting Bollywood. He was not quitting films. He would love to do cinema instead of Bollywood. That was the difference. Cinema is art. Bollywood
Yes.
is made stars. So I think so. This was my comprehension that maybe
Well, I
he
mean,
actually did that.
I mean, that's what he's always done. When he did Mulk, he did Article 15, he did Thappad. I mean, that he's always done cinema, I have to say, and
Yeah,
he's done it really well.
beautiful.
And I was concerned. I was slightly concerned. So I'm really happy to hear that he's back in the game. And I was also, reading maybe, I think if I remembered an article, I think you did an interview. And am I correct in saying that you appreciated the way Tapsi had developed her career and her roles, being from a non-filmy background? Is that true? She's
Definitely.
got nobody. Am I
I
correct
was
in that? If I
super
remember.
impressed. I actually read few of her, watched few of her interviews, and I was actually impressed to know that she's an engineer and she was
Oh,
preparing for MBA. And during that preparation, she was offered some modeling assignments, and she took those. And gradually, she was offered South projects. So that
hmm,
graph of gradually coming from a studies background, gradually entering modeling, then South
hmm,
films, then Bollywood. So that graph has actually been very good. And if you see, she has always been a part of very good performance-oriented films.
yeah.
So
Uh, uh,
I really appreciate her, and I find her very different from other actresses. I find her
yeah,
very natural. I loved her performance in Sand Ki Aankh, if you have seen
yeah.
that film. So,
Uh,
so actors are scared, especially heroines are scared of taking up such characters that where you have to
yeah,
play an old lady. But she had
yeah.
guts to do it. So I appreciate her for that. And I met her
Oh,
personally. We have spoken a little. So that ways also I felt that she doesn't have too much airs about herself and she's
hmm.
quite grounded, nice human being.
Yeah, I think she's found her niche. I mean, whatever Kangana says, she's found her niche. So I'm hoping but I also wanted to ask you, do you think it's really difficult though to come up in the world of Bollywood if you're not, say, a star child or star kid? Is it a
It's
harder
a
journey then?
Yeah, definitely it's a difficult thing because you don't have any kind of jack, you don't have
Yeah,
any relations there, like nobody is your godfather over there. You are
yeah,
totally depending on your performance, on the kind
yeah,
of auditions you give, and then you get selected. And I feel so a person should be judged by the merit,
yeah,
by the way you perform. So it's fair enough, it's tough, but if it's meant for you, it has to come to you. Nobody can
yeah.
stop
But
that. I believe in
do you
that.
think
Yeah.
Do you think things will change though after the Shashant Singh case, the incident? Do you think now that more people will be giving an opportunity in Bollywood? Do you think? Do you think it's possible?
I wish it happens because with the Sushant's case, things have actually come out so much in front of the public, the audience, and those
Yeah,
who never knew the darker side of Bollywood. So in that way,
yeah,
I feel so it actually depends on person to person, the directors, the producers, how their thought process actually changes.
mm,
Because there are lots of good people if few are bad. Because
yeah,
my was first experience, and touchwood, I met a gem. So
yeah,
I have complaints, and he actually told me on the last day that, uh, ma'am, we could have done like I was told a few more things that the character will have more lines and more performance, but things got trimmed. So he
mm,
said, I owe you big time, and maybe in my next project, I'll give you something better. So if somebody promises you or tells you such things also,
yeah,
it's very comforting.
yeah,
So I have hope in my heart. Let's see if it happens. And
yeah. I hope so.
I, I actually have for myself, if I see for Bollywood, if I keep getting opportunities, I will try to avail them the best way possible.
Mm,
And I'm not very, very ambitious, frankly. That's why,
mm,
because the entry to the industry was also by chance. It was
yeah,
never planned. I wanted to be an actor, so I
no.
became an actor. So I give it time. I go with the flow.
No, fair enough. So, so all this combined with the pandemic. So, do you think that Bollywood would still have that kind of gleam, or do you think the OTT platform is a more attractive thing for you, though? What do you
I
think?
think currently, see, Bollywood definitely. If you, I was lucky to watch my film in a theater, but I feel so. Next 1 year, it will be difficult. There will be big films which are going to actually get released in theaters, but most of the films are being released in OTT platform. So for the current COVID situation, OTT is the main thing. So let's see.
All
I
right.
hope so. 2021 things are better and smoother for everyone.
No, we hope so. We hope so. So, what are you now? What have you got planned for the future? Or what are you doing currently, in fact? Because I think you are
Currently,
doing something.
I'm in
I think,
Lucknow at the moment, and
yeah.
here also there are a couple of queries which have been coming, and they have shoots in Lucknow. Like there's a short film, so I might be shooting for that. I actually
Hmm.
was really bored because of the lockdown. I wanted to step out, and we took all the precautions and came to my hometown
Mm,
for a little while. So I'll be
yeah.
back in September, and let's see. There are a few projects I'm on top with, so let's
Okay. Yeah, but currently,
waiting
aren't
to
you?
see back.
Yeah, I can imagine. But aren't you doing something with your husband as well?
Yeah, that has been a like an ongoing process. I thought you were asking for cinema.
Yeah.
We have a YouTube page with the name of the Dhun Stories YouTube channel,
Hmm.
and every Sunday, today also in the evening, like by 9 o'clock, you'll see a video up. So we
Oh,
do a
look.
lot of challenges and cover songs. We did a special tribute for Sushant last week. So we keep
Yeah.
doing one video a week. We shoot it ourselves, then I edit it, and my husband, he does the music part. So we
Oh,
collaborate
cute.
together. And it's like
Yeah.
a small YouTube production at home.
Oh, all right. Well, so that's fantastic for the listeners. So, listeners, there you go. You've got something else to look forward to once this ends. So,
Yeah.
if you want, so listeners, if you want to see more of Nidhi, you know where to find her. And
Yeah,
if
it's
you
a
have,
good story.
this is it. There you go. And if you want, if you've missed the first part of this interview, then you can come to annied.in and watch Nidhi there. Or if you're on YouTube already, you can see her there in conversation with Annie D. Now, but if you do come to my website, you can also read articles as well. The latest, you will be updated. So have a try there. And you know what? If you're still on Instagram, you can see Nidhi again on the IGTV. So wherever you go, Nidhi will be there. And there's a lot more beside, And Nidhi, thank you so much for coming on this evening. An absolute pleasure to be talking to you. Thank you so much. Oh,
It's
it-
my pleasure to speak with you, and it has been long pending. We planned it long time
I
back, but
know.
unfortunately it couldn't happen. But I'm happy it happened today, and in a good way.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you so much.
fantastic. A few hitches and glitches, but it doesn't matter. The show
Yeah,
still goes
definitely.
on.
Yeah.
And of course, thank you so much to the listeners. I mean, they were really good. They all came in one by one, and I hope they got to know the real Nidhi Uttam there. So, Nidhi, I hope to see you again in the future in all your productions. Do keep us up to date. Love to know what's happening.
Definitely. All the best to you and your
Thank
YouTube
you.
page and your website, and hope to catch up with you in Gurgaon very soon.
Yes, please do. Or I'll catch up with your sister. I'll have to take her. All right
Sure.
then, Nidhi. See ya. Bye bye
Okay,
now.
bye. Thank you, everyone who has been a part of our conversation. Thanks for patiently hearing both of us, and lots of love to all of you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Stay home. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.